I wasn't snooping, I swear. At 2:13 a.m., his phone went off, the ring of a text message, and my half-asleep brain assumed for some ungodly reason that it might have been work. But as I read over the screen, my eyes caught a glimpse of Vanessa. And the message, "Still up, baby? I can come over in 20 minutes." My stomach dropped. I opened the thread. There were dozens, not just Vanessa, Sophie, Lexi, Riley. One of them even texted him a selfie wearing nothing but some red lingerie. Yikes. He replied, "Damn, you're exactly my type. Wish I wasn't married." Let me rewind for a second. I even believed I had the happily ever after marriage others envied. Married 6 years, no kids, by choice. It was just us, alone, we two, living with our rescue dog, Theo, in a house with yellow shutters. We were the couple who shared Spotify playlists, the couple who had Jake's pancakes every Sunday, which made life feel soft. He was the guy who delivered soup to my bed when I was sick, who wrote, "You are beautiful," on sticky notes and placed them on the bathroom mirror, who still opened car doors for me like we were on a 1950s date. I wasn't naive. I knew marriage had its trials. But what I saw that night, the way he responded to her, that was not a mistake. That was a pattern. I couldn't breathe. My heart raced so fast I thought it would leave a bruise on my ribs. I felt like a kid caught shoplifting. Terrified, baffled, let down. But the worst part? He was sleeping right next to me, like a baby. I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there, eyes wide open, watching the ceiling fan spin shadows around the room. I could hear his breathing, slow, firm, peaceful, oblivious. He stirred at 7:10 a.m., kissed my forehead the way he always did. "Want coffee?" he murmured. Before I could stop myself, the words spilled out. "Sure." As the coffee brewed, I sat at the kitchen island and watched him. My hands were cold. I didn't know whether to scream, cry, or just run. Instead, I said, "Who's Vanessa?" He hesitated, only for a half second, but I caught it. Then he turned, laughing lightly. "Vanessa? No idea." "Why?" I held up his phone. I had taken screenshots. I wasn't stupid. He blinked. 1,000 expressions flitted across his face. Confusion, recognition, calculation, and then the words I will never forget. "Oh, babe, it's not what you think." Of course. The anthem of the guilty. He sat across from me, arms crossed, finally making eye contact. "I don't meet them," he said. "It's just texting, like fantasy, role play. It's not real." "They're real women who sell sex," I said, my voice dangerously calm. "And you're flirting with them, telling them you want them." "I never paid anyone, I swear. It's like porn with interaction, like sexting, but nothing happens." He was almost defensive, as if not physically sleeping with them was something I should be grateful for. "Nice," I smirked. "So in your head, it's all right, because you didn't touch them." He looked relieved. "Exactly." I laughed, a hollow, bitter sound. Then I asked the ultimate question. "Why?" He hesitated, and that told me everything. "It's stupid," he finally said. "I was bored, lonely sometimes. I didn't think it mattered." "You're married," I whispered. "To me." He just nodded and shut up. I spiraled into detective mode for the next couple of days. He handed me his phone saying, "Go ahead and check anything," but most messages were deleted. He'd been careful, too careful, so I looked elsewhere. His email, clean. His iCloud, locked. His laptop, password changed. It was while sitting in the silent house one evening that I thought of his iPad. He barely used it anymore. It was in the living room, stuck beneath a stack of old magazines. It auto-unlocked with Face ID. Bingo. His Safari tabs were a rabbit hole of escort websites, companions, and girlfriend experience listings. Some were bookmarked. I sat there at 2 a.m., my hands shaking, reading messages he had sent from a fake Gmail account. "Do you do overnights? Can you wear heels? Nah. Can't have you at my place, but it's cool. Let me get a room. And then I saw it. A hotel confirmation. He had met one of them. He lied. Straight to my face. I felt humiliated. Not only did he cheat, but he looked me in the eye and thought I was stupid enough to believe him. I stopped eating normally. I moved into the guest bedroom. I told him I needed a space. He didn't protest much, but I had a plan. I was going to be his next companion. I made a burner email, downloaded a texting app, created a fake name, Sasha. I found a stock image of a dark-haired woman, blurry enough to be passable, generic enough to avoid a reverse image search. I made a profile on one of the sites from his browser history. I knew his type. I knew the times he messaged, between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. I wrote a bio designed to be his perfect fantasy. Late-night talks, high heels, and no strings attached. Hit me up if you want some low-risk, high-reward action. 2 days later, Sasha got a message. Hey, gorgeous. Are you free tonight? Seeking someone chill and no drama? It was him. He was using a different name, naturally. Jake. He thought he was clever. I'm very chill, I wrote back. What are you in the mood for, Jake? Some conversation, maybe more. Depends on chemistry. I wanted to throw my phone across the room. But I didn't. I needed this. He sent a picture. A shirtless bathroom mirror selfie. Behind him, I saw the towel hanging on the rack. The blue one I bought at Target. Bastard. Sasha and Jake made a date. I suggested a low-key hotel in the city and booked the room on a secondary credit card under a fake name. I even had a friend sit in the lobby just in case. The plan was simple. He would walk through that door expecting to see Sasha. Instead, he would find me. He texted at 9:02 p.m. I'm in the elevator. Room 317, right? Doors open, I replied. My hands were shaking. I waited in the dark bathroom, my phone camera recording. I heard the door open. Quiet steps across the carpet. Hello? He called out. No response. He walked further in. Hello? Louder now. Sasha? I stepped out of the bathroom. Hi, Jake. His face drained of color. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. Oh, I said, cocking my head. You didn't expect me? He looked like he'd been hit by an avalanche. I cut him off before he could speak. You lied. You met women. You paid them. You made me feel crazy. You texted other women while you were in bed next to me. It didn't mean anything, he finally yelled, desperate. It was just a game. No, I said, my voice cold as ice. This was the game, and I just won. I turned, walked past him, and straight out the door into the freezing night air. I left that night. He texted. He called. He left voicemails. The first ones were angry. The next were pleading. Please come home. We can fix this. I love you. I didn't answer. He came by my friend's house once. I didn't open the door. He left a handwritten letter. I burned it without reading it. I filed for divorce 2 weeks later. I told my friends, I told his family, I told the truth. And for the first time in months, I stopped feeling insane. I wasn't paranoid, I wasn't insecure. I was right. So when people ask me if I regret it, setting him up, trapping him like that, number. Because if I hadn't become someone else, I never would have discovered who he really was.